All right. Good day, everyone. How are you? Sorry for coming about 10 minutes late. How you doing? This is another live show, and we thank God it's Friday, and I hope you are enjoying your weekend already, and I hope you have wonderful plans on how you intend to run your weekend starting from this Friday. You know, a nice time with family and friends, or if you are not married, a nice time alone, okay? Thank you so much for being a part of this. We have another serious sessions of show to address important matters as they relate with our lives, our communities, our children, our families, and this is very essential. So I want to say welcome on board. Do me a favor, if you are connected and it's convenient, please share this with people, share this with loved ones, and let's create a global awareness about what we are facing in our different communities. You see, oppression will keep up and it will continue when the vulnerables they don't have a voice for themselves. Abusive, oppressive leaders that we have in our various communities today, both political, monarch, or whatever kind of leadership that we have in our communities today, the only way they can keep oppressing the people, the only way they can keep destroying our communities is when there's nobody doing anything about those things that they do. I know that we do read comments on this platform, on the Ajigbade Lene television platforms. We see a lot of people who throw abusive and foul language words against us, saying we are blackmailing and defaming their leaders. This is what I need you to understand. If there are things you think your leader that you support so much and you are ready to die for him or her, if you think they are doing so well in your environment, in your community, we want to challenge you. In Ilaje community, we want to challenge you. Share with the public what your good leaders are doing. You see, we have leaders in various sectors in our various communities, and specifically in Ilaje land. Those who have the strength, the power, you know, the influence, by the virtue of their position to make changes, to impact and build their community, make the source of living, you know, accessible to the people of the community. Those are the people that are doing nothing. Your husband, or if you are a father, you are also a leader to your family. But the leaders in charge of our community, they are doing nothing. And therefore, our people are dying. Ilaje is going down. And if you come on the public domain to defend leaders that are doing nothing, it is disturbing. It is disturbing. We do not have any personal beef for any leader. All we are saying is that if you cannot improve on the lifestyle and the living condition of the people in the community, don't destroy what they worked hard to build for themselves, because you are doing nothing. And that is exactly what we have as our experiences in Ilaje land, specifically Igbonla and other places, and Ayetoro. The little that the people of the community and the founding fathers of the community were able to put together, some of them have gone to a place of rest. They've gone to be with the Lord in glory. Our new leaders are not doing anything to improve on the living condition of the community. Rather, they are even destroying what they met on ground. This is what our outcry is. Should we continue like this, Ilaje? Are you sure your son or your daughter or the generation yet unborn will ever still meet anything on ground in this community? Anyway, we already have a caller here. Just a moment.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, are you on live chat now?
Yes. Can you hold on a little bit, please? Like 5 minutes time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay.
All right. People are willing to actually contribute. Let me share the number with you once again. If you are willing to call to make your contribution, this will be the number. I'm typing it in. Okay, let me see. 37444. All right. WhatsApp is good and direct is good. If you are willing to make a contribution, add the +1 as a country code. All right. You are willing to make a contribution to call once we are about talking. We open the line for contribution. You can call in. So if our leaders cannot improve on what they met on ground, they shouldn't destroy what is on ground. I have people that will be calling in. I have some guests that will be speaking to share their various experiences. The bully from Ilaje leaders, Ilaje Obas, specifically the one I know, the Olugbo. Olugbo is making life so difficult for the people in Igbo Kingdom. And we keep investigating on his activity, and we are doing this live show on behalf of the poor masses in Ilaje land. People whom their voices have been buried. People are intimidated in Ilaje land that they can't talk about what they are going through. There was a particular year, a rumor spread in Ilaje land that a particular Oba died. You needed to see how everybody was jubilating. When people are jubilating because they hear the report of a leader who dies, you should be concerned. We should be very concerned. You see, Baba Lene, when he was alive, he stood for the people. The little he could do, he did it to make living condition a very, very better one for the people. He is no more. This is a memory in his name, Ajigbade Lene television. We will continue to use it as a voice for the voiceless. And there's nothing any abusive leader can do about it. We have legal backing to everything we are doing. So we are not out here to defame anybody, to spoil anybody's name or integrity. What we are doing is that if you cannot do anything good in our community, don't destroy the ones that have been done. And we are calling the federal government of Nigeria and the leadership of the Ondo state that Ilaje is dying. If you are not in support of our abusive Ilaje leaders, please come to the rescue of these vulnerable people. I want to show you some photos. Look at it on the screen. These are photos taken from Ayetoro community. If the Oba, the Olugbo of Igbo, could, with excitement declare that he's the richest monarch in the whole of Africa, this is how his community looks like. So they don't just neglect the community, they also destroy the little things that our own fathers have done. And this calls for attention. Governor Akeredolu, I've read a little about you, and I've heard a lot about you too. I was encouraged when I heard that you would be a governor of justice. I know this is your second tenure. I know there are challenges. I know Ilaje land is not the only, region under you as the executive governor of Ondo State. However, with the revenue we contribute to the state and to the nation as a whole, Ilaje shouldn't suffer this way. Unless the government of the day is trying to kill everyone in Ilaje so that they can totally take over and continue extracting the crude oil. If that is not the case, we need help. We are aware that the federal government of Nigeria is trying their best. They are not perfect. But we have government agencies like Osopadek that is created and, designated to help improve communities, Ilaje communities. And we have money being released to these agencies. I want to let you know this is how Ilaje looks. There's nothing they are doing. They have commenced projects that they never finished. And specifically in Igbonla, the founder of Igbonla, Baba Lene, did. Our king, Kabiesi, Oba Akinritan, is destroying them with decisions. I will give you proof, sir. Living proof. You can send delegates to Ilaje and investigate whatever we'll be talking about on this platform. We are tired of the Olugbo. Our children, our mothers, our fathers are crying. We can't continue this way. We need help. Let global agencies, please come to our rescue. Come to our rescue. We need help at this point. All right. Thank you so much again. We have a lot of things that we have as resources. Again, do us a favor. You can make a call if you want to once the lines are open for contribution. We are not picking any call yet, but we have a young man online now who is from Ayetoro community. I want us to hear his side of the story, because when you continue to defend your king and your leaders in your community, and yet you can't show what they are doing to improve on community, you are a part of their wickedness. A part, and nemesis is going to catch up with so many of you if you don't desist. I have this young man, his name is David. He's from Ayetoro, and he will love to let you hear his side of the story. Okay, I'm connecting him right away. Please tell me to share this video. Share, please. And let more people get to hear about what is going on. When you begin to speak loud enough, they tend to caution themselves. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. David. In fact, everybody can hear you. Anybody that is connected to the live show on Facebook, on YouTube, and in other places, they can hear you loud and clear. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good.
All right. I'm aware you are from Ayetoro community, though still a student. And there were some tough times you personally experienced, not that you read them from reports. What is going on in Ayetoro? What can you just say, David? Yes, go ahead. People can hear you.
As far as I can say, with the little I witnessed of what is happening in Ayetoro community presently, the Ayetoro incursion has been a terrible one for over years now, as at the early 2000s, which the people in the community cried out to the federal government to come to their aid. So, 2004, the contract was being awarded to Dallas Limited by NBDC with a mobilization fee of 2.4 billion. And this contract was being awarded along the lines was being neglected again by the company with no good reason attached to it. Only God knows. In 2008, the contract was being awarded again to another company, Atlantic Belgium, with another mobilization fee again. They came with the plan of giving us geotube for a while to stop the sea ravaging, but along the line, the job stopped. So all I can say now, at this point, our funds and the mobilization fee is being squandered already by unknown bodies. Because Atlantic Belgium is not an abstract company. Yes, they exist. So if it could be possible for NDDC, if it could be possible for NDDC to give a contract to a company and you don't ever come back to investigate if the job is done or not. And you paid a huge amount of money for this job. So you are trying to tell us that you are not incompetent. Yes? These are agencies created by the Federal Republic of Nigeria to see into their self of Nigeria data, even on super data. So they are trying to tell us we should be caring. If that is not the case, how could it be possible? You hear it in the news all day, all night. These people are suffering. Ayaton community over 15 to 20 kilometers away from the sea at 1947 during the creation. But now, over 85% of the land is gone due to this sea incursion. And these people, you see the video coverage every day. You see it on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, different places. But reverse is the case, no action is being taken. December 2020, on the 9th, I guess, the House of Representative member, Honorable Kolade Akinjo, he was talking to the House about the issue of rescue of ITO people, this situation. Ever since that day, no movement was being made again. So now I see we are talking, but our voice is very low. At this point, we need a louder voice. We need an avenue whereby we need to talk and our voice needs to be heard.
All right, Mr. Yeah, all right, Mr. Okay, go on.
If it could be possible in Ugbo, Ward 2, whereby we have a prominent king in Ilaje as a whole, who could be fortunate to be the royal father of the presidency inauguration day in 2019. This is your domain. So what is happening? You are saying not you are hearing these people. So are you waiting for the community to go into service or what? This is your word. You are the prominent king from this place. What is happening? Talk to your people. The NDDC member, the Superdeck member, even the president himself, you have direct contact with these people. Come to our aid. Talk to them. It is never possible in a democratic country. They are great contracts in Erodi Baba, make Jama they say. So you are trying to tell us the big bosses, I have behind the army for him. The money is discounted already. Let's get that clear. We are in Nigeria. What should be the rescue point now? What should be the way forward? Are they going to leave us like that simply because our money was discounted by them based on their own selfish interest? Or there's going to be a solution to it? There must be a solution to it. Yes, because the descendants from these places can watch from heaven a community in which they were contributed with their little effort to bring into creation. Give them by them. Give them normal. They represent the Boris.
Okay, Mr. David. So you are saying that the Ayetoro community is under the Igbo kingdom. Is that here or?
Yes, it's under the Igbo kingdom. According to constituency, we are in Igbo Ward 2.
Okay, so are you saying it's the same Kabesi, Abi? Hello, David. Are you saying it's the same Kabesi over the same Igbo land, right?
No, Ayetoro community has its own thing. But
yes,
as far as democracy is concerned, politically, it's under Ugbo.
Yes, I get that. I get that correctly, politically. All right. So I don't think Ayetoro community is the only place suffering in Ilaje, and that is under the Igbo wards. Are you aware of other areas, despite the fact that you are from Ayetoro? Are you aware other places are also as vulnerable as Ayetoro?
Yes.
Yes. Tell us what you know, please.
It's becoming large now in Awoye community. That is Ugbo Ward 5, I guess. That's the Ugbo Ward 5 or 6. Ayé ìgbọ̀kàn bọ́kọ̀ bá fẹ́ wọ̀ Malokun níbẹ̀. That road line èyí ọkọ̀ mi gbà wọ̀ Malokun is not as big as this. The same thing causing affecting Ayétò people is going down there again. It's badly affecting those people down there. A lot of houses. There's a community there. There's a community. There is Odofado, Bagay, another place like that. This place already wiped away. People lose their properties anytime this sea come up. The tide, anytime the tide come up, people lose their properties. You see people using different boats to rescue their children, their things under the same Ugbo word. Yes, if I can say, this place will be around Ugbo word 4 politically to the constituency. They are also suffering. The same thing custom is affecting the whole Ugbo kingdom. It's affecting. I also consider at a certain point have been on a small scale when this issue was affecting. But they are negligent. They never cease to eat when it was just at a pin of a hole, like a little thread. If that thing is killing Ayétò and Keruma, this one will be mobilized and this country, but to have Federal, not only Ayétò community again, but other communities have been affected. A lot of life and property.
All right, Mr. David, I gathered from our investigation, we gathered a few things. And what you are saying that the incursion is expanding and the whole of Ilaje might be at a very huge risk. Now, I investigated about Ebola. I am from Ebola, okay? And the Ajigbade Lene television is also resident in Ebola. But when Baba Lene was alive, he was not just standing for Ebola, he was also standing for the entire Ilaje. Precisely in 1976, we are aware that it was Baba Lene who spearheaded the dredge of the waterway through Ilaje land, okay? And that has just been a major development. You know, now he's no more. But Igbola now, why I am actually totally agreeing with you that we are risking the other communities. You know that when this particular, our own king in Igbo land came on board, he decided to, you know, create land in the Igbo kingdom. A place that they could say, okay, oh, it's not water, or we have land, which is fantastic. It's a fantastic idea. But where you will get the sand to fill this water body is very essential. As a result of pulling that sand from Igbola environs, do you know that ordinary small rain, bí òjò bá rọ̀ díẹ̀ báyìí, sàsà ilé yìí ní foni Igbola ni. So because of the way they pull out sand to fill areas where he could call his you know, his own place, the richest king in Africa, they ilẹ̀ Igbola ti wá ká já báyìí. So which means Ayétòrò community is there. We are not helping, and the whole land in Ayétòrò is being eaten up by sea. Now, the places we now have little sand that we should just improve on, these our leaders who don't have souls, good hearts for the people, are also destroying it. Let me tell you, Bobato woma palace Baba Lene abi. Boya Bobato ibe báyìí bí òjò bá rọ̀, dédé salary a fo pátápátá, because and ask people. You say what?
June, July, when it comes to rainy season,
I'm telling you. And let me say this, David. Let me say this. Do you know how they feed that land, Igbola? You know, Baba Lene was a religious leader. There is a time of the year that they do something they call training, where they ordain their ministers. They take them through some theological training. It's like a theology school for the CNS Church of Zion. So the students that come, they come in thousands in those days when Baba Lene was alive, before their ordination and their training, the Bible schools and all those things. These are the people that will take pong pong to go and take sand to begin to fill the land. Our fathers used their head and head pan to fill the Igbonla that the Olugbo has destroyed or is destroying today. You know, if you want to feed a massive place, you need to put plants on ground. And David, I heard that there was a time he actually pushed sand towards Ayetoro. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Yes, and you may want to ask me, where did he get this sand from? Now, before you can say you want to feed the sea, the old sea, Malokun, you must professionally erect infrastructures that will not make the sea take away the sand filling again. This man made arrangements. They pull out the sand from places that they use to secure their land a little bit, and without putting the right infrastructure in place. And let me tell you this, my brother. I stand to be corrected. All in the name of there must be nothing like Igbonla again. If Igbonla submerges today, the way you people have neglected Ayetoro and other places, we will see where you will proclaim yourself as the richest king in Ilaje land. This is not just for the Olugbo. Any Ilaje leader that is at the end of affair politically or in any other way, and you could help develop your community and you did not, posterity will never ever forgive you. Our parents are old. We need them at their old age. We need to take them to our villages so that they can mix, you know, with other old people before the Lord will call them to glory. We are afraid to take our aged parents to this community. You are not improving it, yet you are destroying it. Our voices will not go down. We are ready to shout until the federal government of Nigeria comes to our rescue. David, any parting word? Ilaje people are hearing you. The federal government representative, they are hearing you. Those state government representatives are hearing you. Any parting word before we let you go and bring in another guest?
What I want to say is this. The problem facing Ilaje local government as a whole, specifically Ile Ugbo, is as a result of lackadaisical attitude of our leaders. They are negligent. If it could be possible, you already know this is your foundation, this is your source, this is where you are being born. This same place is declining. As a human being, what to come up in your mind? How am I going to resurrect this place? Not with the mindset of spoiling it again. These are communities that were being funded with huge human effort. People struggle. I'm on a day as you can see. On a log by coup, like the people of to and log by coup and JD. Okay. You are telling us you want to do filing. The people in Lagos State, the Eco-Atlantic as an example, where are they seeing their stand from? They go deep down inside the sea. You are doing a sea incursion filing. You are telling us you want to take stand from Ubonla. How could that be possible?
They actually successfully took some sand, and Igbonla, as I'm talking to you now, is also submerging. Continue, my brother.
This is a project. This is a very big project. Anybody you are awarding this type of contract, you need to ask, and they need to give you their way of working. How can we get enough funds? Not just they are setting this project to be a normal project. They should just give it out, use the means to further money into their pocket, the project will just close like that. The way I'm saying it, not a project or a work where we want to do it to be an everlasting one. I can say I mean here, make the first federal government. Because if you are having a mind of doing an everlasting seed filing, you don't have the mindset of going to Bola for sand. You look for another alternative that will be able to do this work in a very surplus form. I need that to say everyone in the year going to pay. I let you say, I'm for it. Oh, they are talking. It's like a local level you just want to go there, take little sand, just do the normal little coverage of where we are doing the work, and the work will just pause like that. They should ask Gallet, what was the main reason? The federal government will help us and ask, what was the main reason that led to the termination of their work? Can't they terminate without the amount of money? And this many people go back to Atlantic again to give them say work. No more progress. So keep back down to say you say you are terminated. Hey, there you question and answer from anybody, even the supreme authority, the others. So what we can do about what we learn on myself, you lie and what you lodge father, why you man move, why you man move, why you be okay? What was right there? Yes, in the normal Ilaje parable, I be okay, now you give someone a contact, no job done, but no money refund, and you give this to another person again. The same person terminated. If you still go to the community now, you still need some of their materials there.
All right. I think we should just conclude to say they are just using it as scheme to squander money. By the time they award the contract, ara tu nga ojú ni ayé toro akó material lọ́bẹ̀ and say they wa rò pé Ọlọ́run ti gbàdúrà wa o. In a short while, they abandon it until today. A lot of abandoned projects. Where is the money? Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are not saying you aren't trying your best. But if Ilaje, a community that also fund majorly, a major part of the revenue of the entire Nigeria is still like this, we are not accusing you. We're here that you award contracts, but our leader aren't doing nothing. Please come to our rescue. We are not even asking for money directly now. Come and save our people by saving our land. There's no place to go. And our children are dying. The caution of 3 months ago, we lost children in Ayetoro. Should we continue like this? God bless us and put us in this environment. So is this how you want us to die? Please come to our rescue. Governor Keredolu, please help us. Our Ilaje leaders that you are trusting with money, they have failed woefully. Their children are just the one enjoying abroad and doing those things. And a few people who are benefiting from their evil, who get rations. And if you check their life too, they are not really doing well. But because they have been blindfolded with, with these little gifts that they don't want to mind, the whole Ilaje can die. They don't want to care. All right, David.
I want to use this medium to beg the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the House of Representatives, the Senate House, the Ondo State House of Assembly, the governor of Ondo State, the paramount kings in Igbo Kingdom, and others of others. We are dying. Our voice needs to be heard. We matter. The most essential and most very important natural resources that belong to humans is our children, the young, the outgoing ones. They need to meet this land. They need to meet the work of their ancestors. If these places are gone, where are we pointing hands to? At this point, I want to beg, they should come to our aid. they should ask these people that contracts are being awarded to, how did they go about it? We are dying. We can't just go like this. If it could be possible, give over 50,000 barrels of crude oil in long country, the Kawani Babeli for it, and these people are suffering, just like the way the Nigeria people are suffering. They need to come to our aid. I'm begging. So I want to use this medium to say a very thank you, bringing me and giving me this opportunity to come up here to say a little view. I say a very thank you to Ajigbade, yes. And the legacy of our ancestors will not be left out by their name and by the name of the Lord Almighty. I say a very big thank you. And if I just join us, we are talking about the problem which people in Nigeria are facing, you can contribute to it. I say thank you and welcome.
All right, thank you so much, sweetheart. Enjoy your day and concentrate in school. Everything is going to be well, okay? We love you. Thank you for raising your own voice on behalf of our dying community and as a result of our bad leaders. So we'll keep in touch with you, all right? Thank you, David, and have a nice time.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was David. David is one of Nigeria tertiary institution students who may probably, may choose not to show concern. But we can all not be foolish at the same time. So we need to speak up and defend our heritage and defend our fatherland, Ilaje, as a whole. Now, let me bring this to Igbonla. You see, I'm seeing your comments, and I appreciate that you are interacting in this live show. Specifically, I can see the comment of someone with contrary opinion. You see, on this platform, on the Ajigbade Lene television, we don't shut people's mouths. Okay? We don't shut people's mouths. When you make yourself available on public domains like this, you should be ready to listen to people with contrary opinion to whatever you stand for. However, you should know what you stand for and make sure you stand for truth. If you are interacting, we can see a contrary opinion coming from Adejuba Adeoye, who said in his first comment that, can you see how foolish the presenter and the callers are if Ayetoro has an Oba as claimed? Why trying to link it to Olugo? Why can't their Oba solve their problem? All right. Mr. Adejuba, I want to believe you probably know what you're talking about, and that's why you're talking. And point of correction, avoid the use of foul language. If you are educated civically, there are ways you should pick the choices of your words on platforms that is speaking on behalf of poor masses, such as the Ajigbade Lene television. We would love to hear your side of the story. If you don't mind, can you call the number and air your opinion? I know that all of us are the other side, and we are not, judging you for that. But let us hear you out. Coming up to abuse people, to destroy people, to defend the leaders that we can't see anything tangible they have done in the community. I hope all is well with you, my brother. Again, I will wait for your call. Sincerely, trust us. We will hear you out, and the whole world will hear your view, since you have a contrary opinion. Thank you so much. All right. Now, let me come to Ebola. I know that we have brought Oba Akinruntan on this platform severally. And probably there are people that want to exonerate him to say he's not responsible for certain things. As far as Ebola is concerned, we acknowledge the monarch authority of the Olugbo. Titi dola kabiyesi wọ́n aka pe ngani o. Made them believe I don't believe that there is anybody there in Igbola who is discrediting you as the Olugbo, since you have been recognized by the Federal Republic of Nigeria as in democratically. That said, as long as we accept you, as much as we accept you, I honor you as our king, we have expectations from you. And you can't expect your subjects in these communities to keep quiet and sing your praises even when they are dying and their children are dying. If you are just joining us, this platform is not up to destroy the Olugbo. It's up to bring to limelight every destructive work of any leader in Igbo land and in entire Ilaje land. That is what we are doing on this platform. If your dad or even our king is one of these people, we will talk about them. And we would do it with confidence, calling the attention of the global world. Countries where their children are, countries where they run to, with the money that they should use to develop their immediate community. Eject them from these countries. They are killing other people's children while they put their own children in mansions. This is what we are going through in Ilaje. Despite the percentage of crude oil that is going from Ilaje land to the national purse of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our leaders don't care. And that is why we are crying out. Mr. Ajigbade, you will probably be able to hear me right now. Can I bring your attention to something? You seem to be exonerating the leadership of the Olugbo Oba Akinrintan. And you are probably, you don't want to attach the destructions going on in our community to his leadership. Are you aware there are other leaders he appointed to oversee some of these, our communities? And if you think you are not seeing guns in his hand shooting people down, are you aware there are people working on instruction of the Olugbo of Igbo? Again, we are willing to make you come up and debunk anything you think is a lie. Specifically, I will emphasize the leadership appointments of the Oba Akinrintan, the Olugbo of Igbo, in the Igbola communities. Abe is also involved. And let me start from Abe. If you are familiar with this platform, you must have been seeing a lot of pictures that we display about the demolition of a church in a community called Abe, right there in Ilaje community, under Igbola community. The Abe community, the Olugbo appointed a Bale over Abe community. And the Bale is called Mr. Ajimosu Sakiru. And since Mr. Ajimosu Sakiru has assumed this Bale position in Abe, life has become so terrible for the people of the community. In order for you to be sure that we are saying the right thing, give people in Abe community a phone call and hear them out. Because of the safety of families in that place, men started taking their children and wives out of Abe so that they won't destroy them. If Oba Akinrintan is a man of integrity, the leaders he put in position should speak for him, but reverse is the case. All the leaders that we know, that we have investigated and verified, that are being appointed by our Kabiyesi in the Igbo kingdom, all of them are criminals in disguise. All of them. Let me tell you what they are doing with our families and our children. For you to know that why should a whole Obakinriton recognized in the whole of Africa and in Nigeria, Governor Akeredolu, you made Obakinriton the chairman of all Obas in Ondo State. Did you check his character and the things he does in his immediate environment? Governor Akeredolu, I will still come to that, sir. Because you really need to be sensitive who you appoint over certain, aims of affairs, so that your name, by the time you leave office, a generation will not rise and point accusing fingers at you and your children to say you contributed to the destruction of their community and their lives. Before you go ahead to appoint leaders, check their characters. You probably don't know that we are in hell in Nigeria right now as we talk, unless God comes to our rescue and people like you, Governor Akeredolu, and President Buhari. We need help. The Sakiru that Obakinriton appointed over Abe community is a criminal in disguise. One of the cases that this man, one of the things he did, I got in touch with the family. About 5 years ago, Mr. Sakiru, if you can hear me, you were coming from Gabon, where a lot of Ilaje people go to trade because of the water, the body of water in Gabon. So fishing and all those things. Gabon is a place, a neighboring country that a lot of Ilajes are because of the fishing trade. You went to Gabon. While you were coming, you came along with Baba Oma Pekan. You came along with this young man, Misan, say Warranty David Misan. You came about 5 years ago because this boy was having health challenges. I guess leprosy, by the way he was manifesting. I don't know if there's any medical report, but he was challenged health-wise. And you assured his household that you were going to heal him. And they allowed this young man to come to Nigeria with you. You took David Misan, a blessed memory. You took him to Abe. You abandoned this boy in the church building that you demolished. He was starved till death. And you buried him near the sea there. Until today, you never called his family to say, Omangati Ku. And this is the same you that Obakinriton appointed as Bale over people where we have women and children. And you, at one point, you took a family to court after raping their minor daughter and impregnating her. You still took them to court. You emptied their source of income till today. They collected loans for the court case. The court case that you never had money to fund, but was funded probably by Olugbo. You are destroying families and lives in Abegbonla because you are working under instructions from Obakinriton. Kabiyesi, if you have nothing to do with what Sakiru is doing in Abe, sir, clear your name. Sakiru is destroying lives and family, and you appointed him as a leader over a community with children, with women, vulnerable people. For the safety of families, men are taking their family out of Abe. Call people there and know what we are talking about. Obakinriton, sir, Kabiyesi, the entire world, Federal Republic of Nigeria and those states, should hear what someone you appointed as leader over a community is doing, and you are not doing anything about it. Sir, is it representing you? Is it killing on your behalf? Is it destroying these communities on your behalf? If not, sir, you better withdraw Sakiru. 1%. Let Sakiru leave Abe. The same Sakiru was the person that demolished the church. Oh, the sokwe angayera unseri. Kabesi atimi kede for long to say, come on here, defend your integrity and your name. Let the whole world know that you are not really destroying Lene and Lene's work and church and ministry. People are destroying his stuffs and they are linking them to you. Come up and say something. One of the ways that bad leaders intimidate vulnerable people is to drag them to court and make them spend all their money. When poor people cannot defend themselves in the court of law, they will run away. Okay, Jika say, and that is exactly what is going on in Ilaje. Both Igbonla and Abe. Kabesi, bi owon abama adide. Jile ima ile ni ima Sakiru jiko erun re kuro na Abe. Be sibare ara pariwo. I am here in the US. We will call NGOs. We will shout your name for appointing people who are killing us and you are doing nothing about it. Kabesi, that is it. Number one. Zakiru, I believe you can hear me. I called Ogbone David Mensah. You will bury. You killed and you buried him. The brother said you never called to date. A child that you took, that you said you wanted to, help with his health challenge, died. Until tomorrow you did call his family. A whole child, a whole human being, blood of Jesus. Jesus Christ. Yes. Adewale Sama is asking, really? Yes. Sweetheart, yes. Deep things are going on there. You guys don't know about it. And that is exactly what we are doing on this platform. Okay? Let me see what your comments are again. Ilaje is one and there is no fighting in monopoly. Thank you. Thank you. Our fathers who have gone to be with the Lord, they weren't defending their own community. It's the whole Ilaje community. Baba Lene was in good unity with Ayetoro community leaders when he was alive. Let's fight for Ilaje. I'm not just speaking. The Ajigbade Lene television is not out to just talk about Igbonla. You see, by the time they finish destroying Ayetoro, they will come back to destroy the places you feel that they are still secured. Is Igbonla secured with Obakere there right now? We are saying Igbonla Otimija is submerging because they pull out sand to fill the back of the palace of Babalene. They fill the sand, fill the whole place, and a lot of other places where he built his palace, also a part of Igbonla. We can't continue this way. You can't keep killing our children and you expect us to keep quiet. We can't. That said, now let me go to the next thing. This is one of the leaders I am aware that Obakirito appointed in the Igbo kingdom. If you know of any, please let me also know. Let's bring everything. Let's check what they are doing. Are there other people, other leaders he appointed over other communities? Let's check their handiwork and let's see where our problems are coming from. Let me come to Igbonla. As much as I wouldn't love to talk about some, probably if they are innocent, I don't know, somebody like Mr. Mobolo Nduro Ogunfeyimi. You see, the first time I came across the article that they wrote against you, I naturally fell in love with you, because when bad people write things against people who don't have loud voices, we know how they operate. They are mafias. We know they demolish, defame people's images. That is the operation of mafias. When I saw those articles, we have done an episode of this show where I really tried my best to stand for you, to warn Obakirito to leave you alone. so that you can serve the people. See, he has appointed you, and you have been there for years. But as I was investigating on the land of Ilaje generally, now specifically Igbola, probably this will be the first time I'll be exonerating about Olugbo. Mr. Mobola Ondo Ogunfemi, you have been in your father's position as a head for more than 10 years now, right? I was told about the development of Igbola, and I started asking questions. How did this particular development enter that place? How did this one enter that place? There are 3 major developments that has entered Igbola so far. Number 1, that road from Igbokoda that entered Igbola, I don't believe it's just a development for Igbola alone. It's just for the entire, Ilaje land, Igbo, everywhere, okay? That was done by the regime of late former governor Agagu. So that is a political development and gesture for our community. Number 1. I was in Igbola about 4 years ago. I saw interlocks, though I was told they've spread it, extended it to other areas. So unlike when I met it, okay? But I actually met interlocks in Igbola land. Very lovely. I was told that also was influenced by one Igbola son who was in a political office where he could influence development in his in his community. It was through this man that the contract was awarded by the state to put interlocks on Igbola land. Precisely, Mr. Omogbemi, I will come to him later. It may not be in this episode. Through the NDDC influence and all those things, people that their head is correct, they are given the privilege to serve, to represent their community. And they say, okay, before I leave, let something be done. That while I was a leader in this place for these so years, at least a single development entered my community. That was what that man did. Generations will never forget him. We are going to uphold him as a hero on this platform. Imagine that if all Ilaje people who are in strategic positions do the same thing that Mr. Omogbemi did, do you know how developed our communities in Ilaje will be now? I'm not saying he's perfect, but look, in the midst of nothing, somebody stood to say, and I'm in this position. Let me bring this to my community. That is that for the interlocks. Another development that entered Igbola since the death of Baba Lene was electricity through the former governor's regime, Governor Adefarati. These people did this nice gesture because of what they knew about Baba Lene. They knew Baba Lene, they knew the impact Baba Lene made in his community and in the whole of Africa and beyond. And they said, no. While this man was alive, I wasn't in position to make my contribution. Let me do it this time around. Adefarati supplied that huge generator to Igbola because of what he knew about Baba Lene. There were other things he wanted to do before some funny people blocked him. But I commend him. The former governor Adefarati, if you can hear me, or his children or his siblings, your dad did well. Okay? I'm not saying he was a perfect political leader, but if you could remember that there was a Lene somewhere, let me do something. Now, these are the major developments that have entered Igbola. If you want to talk about the sound feeling, I've already said it earlier. let me show you a photo. Can you see that photo? Iwájú igbó ńlá. What did be Oropo ba say? They extracted the sand to fill the back of igbó ńlá, where I guess the Olugbo wanted to call a place of his own, you know. And some field, if you go to the back of Ugbola, the back of that Baba Lene's house or palace, you will see that it's well, you know, filled, including where Obakiriton built his palace. Sand, that should be used to protect the land where water rage could come. They remove all the sand. Look at, I don't know if it's clear enough. That's water body that spread beyond. That is the front of Ugbola. Ojo malokun ba wole, God forbid. Ordinary ojo, omi fode degbonla ba nsin, but ordinary ojo bo ba ro. Common sense, our leaders could not use. They couldn't improve on what is on ground. They are destroying the ones they met on ground. Hearts broken. Shameful things that our leaders are doing. Killing our children, our women, our men. In Ayetoro, after they abandoned those projects, come and see men carrying, they will take canoe to places where they could get sand. And how many of it will they do to protect themselves against sea rage? Sea, malokun, Ilaje leaders, we hand you guys over to God. We hand you guys over to God. Ìtàn lè gbàgbé ńlá láíláí pé ìbàjẹ́ àṣẹ ìyàn fi dà Ìlàjẹ rú, ìyàn fi destroy Ìlàjẹ. And NDDC, we have had NDDC chairman from Ilaje land. Several ones, again, 2 of them or so. And kúrò níbẹ̀. Báyìí ṣe sáà ti jẹ́ wọ̀rán. Have you been able to pay your way through to heaven? You won't come back to that position again. It is gone. Ojú wọn ti clear bí. Ìtàn lè gbàgbé ńlá pé ìgbàtẹ́ ńlá ilẹ̀ wa bàjẹ́. Now, let me continue with my analysis. If these 3 major developments are presently in Ugbola, now the leader of Ugbola, Mr. Mobolo Onduro Ogunfeyime, was appointed also by Obakiriton, the same way Obakiriton appointed Zakiru Ajimosun over Abe. I'm aware that, okay, Obakiriton also appointed a Bale over Igbola. Later. Now, Mr. Bombolo Onduro Lene, I went, sorry, let me get that document. Okay, all right. So, I'm getting a correction now from the studio that the child, Ajimosun Sakiru, buried was Micaiah Omakpe. Micaiah. So I think I was right. I just used Ilaje English to call him Micaiah. So Micaiah Omakpe, David. Okay, not David. Micaiah Omakpe. Micaiah Omakpe. That is. Please note that correction. Mr. Ajimosun Sakiru, Oma wo bury, Oma Omokpe wo bury. Oma woli Omokpe wo gbad, wo gbe wa nati Gabon wo bury. Till today, you never called his parents to say the boy is dead. Micaiah Omakpe, we are coming to you. So, Mr. Mobolo Onduro Ogunfeyime, by my investigation, I tried to go through the entire Igbola to see that, okay, I don't think it's a problem that you are not a stranger, that the Olugbo Obakiriton has appointed you over Igbola as a head. But since you took over, what are the developments you have also orchestrated from your own? That has a lot to do with the opinion the public hold about you. As a journalist, I have defended you to a high degree. However, for my integrity and the integrity of this platform, we had to also investigate the roles you play in that Igbola, in that community, your father's land. And the report I heard is not encouraging, Mr. Mobolo Andrew Ogunfemi. Because why we keep accusing Oba Akinrintan, and I'm going somewhere with this analysis. You see, I said earlier that these leaders, they have a way of shutting our mouths so we don't talk. Probably you are one of the people that his mouth has been shut. Your ability to be able to improve on your father's house is already incapacitated by this powerful Pharaoh leader. We want to help, and that is why we are making this public. Sir, are you willing, is it that you have been willing to develop your father's community and the Olugbo is not allowing you to do it? You need to address us. You need to call us. You need to talk and let us know where you are having problem. Because none of the major development in Ebola is accredited to your name. You need to make me understand. I'm sorry, sir. It's possible I could have given you a call to do this private. But I am one of those people who root for you, who stand for you, who loves you. Okay? And publicly, I've defended you. But my investigation is saying something contrary. I need you. Probably we should host you so that you can answer questions. I know that you may be intimidated heavily where you are. No security. Nothing. You are also vulnerable because some powerful leaders are around. And because probably he appointed you, probably he's vetoing power on you to say you have to do what we want you to. You need to speak up, or else they will damage your name forever. Generations coming behind you will never forget that Mobolo Nduro among Lene's children and lineage if you don't speak up. What is Olugbo doing to you behind the stage? Speak up. Is it the one, or you are the one you don't want to care? Let me point out some things. You know, the other time, everyone, we've been talking about their attempt to demolish the Igbola church. There were other buildings, monumental buildings of our fathers, that they also already demolished with the intention that, oh no, I'm sorry, I know I'm talking a lot. I just want to lay foundation to whatever. Okay. All right. We lost the caller already. I will open the line. There are a lot of people. I have 2 people online already that I need to bring in. But let me clarify this thing. If this is what I do in this episode today and then we go back, fine. Ajimaso, remember, Mekaya, Omokpe, Omawa, where's our son? The Omokpe family, because even when they scream, nobody can hear them because you are working under a leadership who can keep everybody silent. A old child, Oma, like she anima, you buried him single-handedly. You never called a single sibling. You stabbed the boy to death. Did you use him for sacrifice? Or what did you do to that boy? I'm still coming. Mekaya Omakpe, what provide the Omaya. Mr. Mobolo Nduro Ogufemi, sir. My investigation shows that there are a lot of things that are dying in your father community. And nobody is doing anything about it. And you are the head of the community. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know if anybody wants to disagree with me, please, just no problem. As far as I'm concerned, Mr. Mobolo Nduro Ogufemi is the head of the Igbola community. As far as I'm concerned, okay? Please, it's from that perspective I'm addressing him. I was told there is a building they call dispensary building. That old building where, when Baba Lene was alive and all his Baba were already doing like that, where they were treating children. I was told they demolished that building with the intention of building a town hall or something. And it has been demolished till now. Nothing has been done about it. Not only that. Also, there is a particular secretariat there that was also demolished with the intention of maybe merging the whole land together to build a town hall for Igbonla. And since then, up till now, nothing has been done. And they wanted to also demolish the church. Mr. Mobolo Nduro, you have a question to answer. Please speak up. Is anyone intimidating you, threatening to kill you if you talk? You are not a boy, you are a man. And the position you occupy is not a position for criminals. It's position of your father. You should defend your father. Don't let anybody influence you to damage your father's name. The Bible says the glory of the latter will surpass that of the former. Oh, yeah, to say, said you by you. Sir, that is the only way to clear your name. Forget about it that somebody who is trying to destroy your father was the one that appointed you. We will support you if you defend your father. But na isekpe Mr. Bobo Ogufemi na isekpe will exalt the work of your father. It will be like you are a figurehead. And this platform will never support you if you don't support Lene. Never. Will never support you. We will raise our voices until something is done. There are buildings that are also being highly neglected. Now, I will say that probably Igbonla is a place where you don't have political support fund coming from anywhere. Any fund that is coming to the Igbo kingdom, is probably going to Oba, to the Oba and other political recognized leaders in the Igbo community. So I understand. However, the development that we've talked about now were done by people who knew your father. Do you need help to contact people to say your fatherland is also dying? In the history of Ilaje land, the first post office that entered Ilaje land was in Igbonla. How is the post office right now? I ask people to go around and, tell me what is going on. It's coronavirus that is not helping us, that is not allowing us to travel down. So I need to start calling people to do my investigations for me, and we verify by making further phone calls. If I should display picture of certain buildings that your father, Mr. Mobolo Nduro Baba Lene, that he put in place, that nothing is being done about it. You see, sir, people will begin to say you are in the caucus or the party of Obakireto, who is actually bent, who has proven to us with past events and incidences that he wants to eradicate the memory of Baba Lene. We will say that you are in the same caucus. That is what everybody will say. And with what is on ground, I am in the shock up till now when I was getting updates about Igbonla and the work of Baba Lene. Sir, this is funny. The whole of School of Theology, I was told it's been abandoned. All these things, they are real. There is a secretariat, secretariat, abandoned. Dispensary is demolished. I think there is a committee house, Ile committee. There's a place they call Ile committee. I know it, I remember it. And Anti-4 building, Ile committee, and Anti-4. Mr. Mobolo Nduro, we need that to speak up. There is nothing to defend on Lene's seat, if not for development. There is nothing to do on Lene's seat, if there is nothing that we can use to show to the public that is improvement in that land. Or else there's a problem, and it's a big problem. We won't support you if you don't want to support your father, but I'm not going to rush at conclusion. I understand someone in your position might be incapacitated. Okay? That is why I really need to host you, sir. So you can clear your own name. Not Oruko Lene. Lene ti se setere Oruko re dede wa ma. It's all over the place. Now, after Lene, Omare can serve. Kyo say, if you have been there for more than a decade, more than 10 years, major development in the land, there is a problem. A looming major problem. Okay? Again, I'm not rushing at conclusion. You might be vulnerable also. I need to talk to you. We need to bring you on the show, sir. Let me bring in another eyewitness. Someone who has experienced the pain going on in Igbo land presently. She was the first person that called earlier. She's actually calling from, she was calling from Germany. People are all over the place. I think I should bring her in. I hope she's still online. Thank you for being a part of the show. Please, I will go through your comments. I'm waiting for her to respond to the call so we can bring her in. All right.
Hello, good evening, sister.
Good evening, Miss Bumi. In fact, everybody can hear you. Is that okay by you?
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Darling, where are you calling from? Tell us how you feel after hearing the destructions going on in your hometown and environs and your siblings. I'm aware, I know we talked before now. You told me there are some of your siblings that are also suffering because of what our own KBC has done. Please speak to the public. Everybody can hear you, darling. Feel free to speak in any language. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay, no problem. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mrs. Osagade Bumi. Anyway, I'm not related to Baba Lene, but assuming Baba Lene is alive, he's supposed to be an in-law to me because she married my auntie. So to me, everything I was hearing that is happening back to Igbola, I was so devastated. Number one, that's the Igbola land, which I knew when I was growing up, is a holy land, which everybody's like our own Jerusalem in Ilaje community. Like every year, people go to the Igbola to pray, and you will see the joyfulness in them being a Kerubu member. But unfortunately, after the left of the founder, everything begin to destroy one after the other, which I'm not happy about. It's Ilaje Morani. You know me do. Bá ń ṣe mí ṣe ilẹ̀ baba Lene. Bá ń ṣe mí ṣe Ugbola especially. Èdà. And bá ń ṣe mí ṣe àwọn ìyàwó baba Lene. And the children, some of the children, I am not happy with that. Because, for example, my sister, Ilaje, okay, let me put it this way. Baba Lene is the founder of the CNA Church, and he has many wives. And Ugbola is the headquarter, which I know every branches of Kerubu and Seraphim Church in the whole world, I think they are paying to this church. Maybe it's task force, I don't know. They have to pay some money. I'm small then. Àwọn owó àyà mi mú wà àyí, wá fi wá ká sọ pé maybe homage. Can't fi owó àyè mi ṣe. Number one, that is my own question. Number two, can't fi àwọn ìyàwó baba Lene ní salary. They are widows. Some of them, I hear they are suffering, not supposed to be so. Is it supposed to be so? After the descent of their husband, they're supposed to benefit for what their husband has been founder on for many years. The children can struggle and make their own life better. That I'm not talking about the wives. They're supposed to benefit from the work of their husband. That is number one point which I'm getting. And number two, Àwọn ọmọ Baba Lene kan kò rò pé what we are seeing that Ọba Olugbo is doing to our father is not good. So anytime a bá ti raise ọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé ọba sorry ọba Kiritan sorry maybe I'm not talking about sọ pé arọba fi lọba ń pa but this is not àrífín, it's just the truth. Báwọn ọmọ olóògbé ṣe kóró pé bàbá ń wo mí ṣe ìdá anything ìrànlọ́wọ́ ẹjọ́ jẹ́ ti bàbá ẹ̀kọ́ nílẹ̀. You just supposed to drag them to court. These people, they are poor. Number one, maybe civilization too. It's not enough. Sorry to say that. No need of going to court. You can call them. They are your children. Okay, let's negotiate. This is what happened. This is what happened. Not dragging them to court. I'm not happy with that. And at the end of the day, Baba law court. Olówó gbé Táníkà lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì àgbà mi báwo Táníkà ṣe fẹ́ win case. That is another case there. Number 3, mo tún rí níbẹ̀ ni pé ṣáà rí ilẹ̀ Ìgbólá yẹn. I'm not happy the way palace is built there. Only land Ìgbólára ni. À ń jẹ́ màá pẹ́ ní ti kọ̀sáínì ọba. À ń ka ṣe maybe some sacrifice everything. Ìgbólá land didn't need that kind palace. Ní ìdìrẹ̀ Ìgbò àjọba ní kàn tẹ̀ kọ́ palace ńlá ní Ìgbò. So nísìn à ń ti fẹ́ à ń sọ pé dáwọ́ ìṣọ́ọ̀ṣì Ìgbólá which is the headquarter. Bí orí bá ti bàjẹ́ irú náà definitely á kà bàjẹ́ lọ ṣe bí àtẹ̀tí gbọ́ wípé àbẹ́ǹsìn à ń ti wó ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì àbẹ́. So bí ọba wa wo ti Ìgbólá ibo àwọn wá fẹ́ ká pé ó méjì ní kàrán branches ìhàn yà ń nẹ̀. Ó yẹ já tú Ìgbólá yẹn ṣe that branch bí bàbá yẹn ṣe kọ́ Ìgbólá sat when I went to Ìgbólá maybe early 20s. Imofilo last. That church was still in good standard. No, it's pé bóyá ó ti mi weak in Sanke no. Even both me weak. And she renovation. Is the head of the church now. And the renovation all over. The branch, the church. Fi kọ́ àwọn dàn tún ṣe ní dàn demolish. Ìgbà wa la kọ́ palace ní Benson. Náà bá wa mi ṣe àwọn ètùtù mi màmá mà bínú tó mo máa pè Ìlàjẹ mi sògùn bọ̀ nísìn mi understand Ìlàjẹ mo mi rí máa ń sìn. Dán la ká kó àwọn ohun ètùtù wọ ilẹ̀ mímọ́ and ti fedify that land. It's not good. Sorry to say ọba mi mà bú rẹ o, I'm just saying my own opinion. Pé ohun ojú wa mi rí yé dà. Ilaje is a lovely people and so accommodating. Everybody then mo kéré now anytime bá wá Ìgbọ́kọ̀dá free fly boat everybody aka kó ẹja edé wùnyàn pé àwọn ọmọ Baba Lene but that respect is no more. That respect is gone. Why? Okay, bàbá yìí ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ nílẹ̀ jí tó dolóògbé. Ra máa ń sìn. Ọlá pé àwọn iṣẹ́ rere yóò ṣe. Òun àwọn àyàn sì mi sọ di sí yìí ni. Ó kàn máa yá wá mú níbẹ̀ ìsàtìgbà mo ti gbọ́ pọ̀ ọmọ Baba Lene ra lórí oyè méjì gbọ́ wípé ìhun báyìí ó ti ṣe ni o. Sorry to say now. I'm sorry but I just have to say it. Pé àwọn báyìí ọba olórí Zion ti tọ́ ṣe ni o àárí. So àjọ àjẹjá tún lè làjẹ ṣe. Dédé Ìlàjẹ ó ti mí bàjẹ́ lọ àwọn omi ti fẹ́ gbé Ìlàjẹ. A rí àwọn many city jẹ́ pé omi dividing I can say it Italy one city in Fraser àárín omi akọ́lé nìní wọ́n wo bá ṣe convert àwọn omi yẹn dẹ́pọ̀ kan á fi máa mí wọ ibẹ̀. Mo rí documentary I was saying this is abroad fine but we can also do it in our own land but instead of that àwọn omi kékeré tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn ajẹ́jí ká dà omi ńlá. So àmà ẹja ba ilẹ̀ Ìlàjẹ jẹ́. Ilaje is a beautiful language. Even many people need to know more about this Ilaje. Some people say ká gbọ́ pé Ilaje àwọn after ẹja. Ibo bá ti rómi bó ti rí Ilaje. That should be that alone. Let us build this community. Baba nourishes ọba ní the whole Africa. Ọba ó yẹ jí mú good recognition wá ilẹ̀ wa ni wá ilẹ̀ wa. Jimu good results when we were bàbá tí mi ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Ìlàjẹ. So every other community can also learn or pick some idea. But they say pé náà ká mú ilẹ̀ Ìlàjẹ yẹn gangan náà wá ká bàjẹ́.
All right. I guess we lost her. If she wants to continue, she will call back. People sharing their opinion, please feel free to call in. If you are out of the country, you may call direct if you want to. But you want to use WhatsApp, the number is also available on WhatsApp. Make your contribution. Our voices must be heard all over. Oh, she's calling back. Our voices must be heard. If she wants to continue, she will call back. People. Hello? Hello? Oh no, we lost her again. Sorry, Miss Bumi, if you can hear me, we lost you. Let know if we should connect you back. Okay, all we are doing here is that we want to re-echo all our voices crying for help for Ilaje land as a whole. Not just Igbola, not just Abe. This platform, we know a lot about Igbola because the Ajigbade Lene television is representing Baba Lene, who happened to be the founder of Igbola. If Baba Lene was alive, he will also do something about the entire Ilaje. You know, so we are raising our voices for the whole of Ilaje community, not just Igbola. However, the places that we think are the most developed places in Ilaje land, we should not allow our leader to demolish and you know, make them go into submerge again. Okay? So I have another caller that I'll connect. Please feel free to call in. Feel free to call in to make your contribution. Hello, Miss Bumi. Yeah, you are connected back again.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, my sister. The line just cut off. I don't know what happened.
All right.
Anyway,
sorry about that.
So as
yes.
I was saying, no problem. As I was saying, I'm so concerned not about Igbola alone, but all Ilaje, Igbo, Mahin, Igbola, Ayetoro, Abe, Etikandede, all those land have to be developed. If an award, contract is awarded for NDDC or whatsoever company, I'm not interested. This company have to do it. The problem of Nigeria is neglection. We don't follow up. When they award contracts, after giving award, no, you don't go back to share for feedback. Is this work really done? That is not only Ilaje problem. It's affecting all Ilaje, the whole Nigeria. Sorry to say. So Nigeria as a whole, Ilaje as a community, we just have to develop our own land. This is our land. We don't have any other place. Jọlọ́mọ ẹ̀járe ń sì dá sọ pé òkè dédé ń ká padà lọ́lẹ̀ ń o. Ìgbà ilẹ̀ Ìlàjẹ bá sì bàjẹ́, ibà fẹ́ lọ. Ọlọ́mọ ayà la ká gbé bí àjòjì nílẹ̀ bá wá. So I'm just concerned about Ilaje as a whole. Say, please, don't let's destroy this land. Let's build it up. But we can push water back, not bringing water in. So I see many video, many pictures concerning Ilaje. I'm not happy. There is no developments coming to Ilaje. So as you are saying, we have to make an awareness to the federal government, to state governments, and to the Obas of Ilaje. It's only Oba Kiritonu Kirambe. Ane Oba ni Mahin. Ane Oba ni Ibo Kereje. They just walk up. When we have paramount king in Ilaje, yet we are still suffering. I'm begging, please, don't let's destroy the work of God and the work of Baba Lene. Baba Lene, assuming then that man, Baba Lene, did all these things when there was no social media, there was no civilization, no lights, nothing. He can bring that idea and do this wonderful work. So why destroying it now when there is social everywhere? So we don't need to do, we need to add more to it. Okay, okay, I'm imagining now then Baba was not alive, is gone. Assuming Baba was alive now, that social media is there. Could you believe that there is one church in that whole Africa or the whole Nigeria that will overcome that CNA church? It's not possible. Maybe they have university now. By now, maybe CNA church is supposed to have university or secondary school or primary school, but it's not done. It is supposed to be so. We are developing, not reducing. And as this CNA church is, they're supposed to have an NGO. Sorry to say, I'm just bringing an idea on what to do. They're supposed to have an NGO. I know maybe Baba Isara, maybe we'll have opportunity to do it, because when Baba died, many people come for. I can say the whole world, for Gabon, Cameroon, America, everywhere. Come and say, Baba Ela na unwaba si lo de bring in. Then I remember I was small, but I remember many people were coming to come and pay tribute to Baba. So imagine that then, when there was no civilization. Now that we are civilized, we have social media everywhere. The social media. What do you think will happen now? The limit is Papa Sky. So I'm begging anybody who is from Ugbola, anywhere in Ilaje community, don't let's disgrace Ilaje. Let's work together and bring Ilaje as one, and bring development to Ilaje. When you awarded the contract, please follow up to see maybe the work is done or not. They will know who to hold accountable. Boja award rate ṣiṣẹ́ ní a máa ma pé after ìgbà wo sọ pé contract máa dán jẹ́ dán, then wá ṣe àkáǹtì báwo owó ṣe rìn, then you refund the money. Ẹ jẹ́ pé àmọ́ àṣẹ pé wo ti jù ìjọba léhọ́nẹ́ lè mú rẹ̀. Nobody is above God. Please, I just want to contribute my own this way, that this is what I know.
Thank you so much, my sweet sister. We'll keep in touch. We need to start creating platforms. You are in Germany, right? Or Italy?
Yes. Yes, in Germany.
Okay. Now, you are in Germany. We need another platform to create awareness in Germany. Okay? I hope we will talk better so that the more platforms we have, the more, spread this cry will go all over the world. Thank you so much for your time. Love you, sis.
Yes.
And we'll keep in touch.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Yeah.
And you too. Bye.
Yeah.
All right. That was Miss Bumi. Her father's name was Ayeni before he got married. If please feel free to call in to make your contribution. Feel free. I want to talk about before we go today. There is a waterway. We said in 1976, before I was born, Baba Lene single-handedly dredged the waterway through Ilaje, Olotu, Ayetoro, all those places, so that Durogbe Ale Wanga. Oba Kiriton executed a project, or there's an ongoing project, or abandoned project. I'm going to Durogbe, Ilaje may go above. If you go beyond Igbola, anytime you go to Oriomi, you know that there are two routes to get into Ino Ilaje from Igbola. It's either you go through the Ayetoro route or you go through the Abeolotu route on Namejini. I think I have a photo that shows this route. I want to explain something to us. And I want to bring the attention of Oba Akunriton. I know it's not big enough, but that is just around the area. There are two routes to enter Ilaje beyond Igbola or from Igbola through the waterway. Now, you can either go through the Ayetoro route, which is longer. So, they prefer to go through the Abeolotu route so that the money will reduce, the fear they will collect from you will reduce, and because it's shorter and it's wider, Oba Kiriton brought a company called Morino. We don't know what they actually wanted to do. Anti-block your na to route yen. Bi abaranti angami lo ile. Your transport fare was hiked by Onidrogbe because Onidrogbe sọ pé amami wa 30 minutes tẹ́lẹ̀ jai to olotu abe olotu dede abe. Now Kabiyesi wa ti block ibe. Ayetoro route akagbani say which is like double the trip, you know, double the mileage to these places. So now there's something I don't understand. If you are at home now, you can still go there. You will see what he did there. We don't understand the project. It has been blocked. It has been abandoned. When the suffering was much for Ilaje people, you know there's no water. I mean, drinkable water. What our people will do from these villages is they will use their canoe to come to Igbola side, Orokpo side, to take water because of the salt in their own water body, because of the incursion of the sea. So they don't really get water that is good for their health. So it's very salty. They will need to paddle their canoe to come to Igbola, Orokpo, and beyond to get water for themselves. And they will paddle canoe. This waterway was blocked. But when the suffering was much, some people with fear in the middle of the night, they had to open it a little bit. Okay, it's even dangerous for Onidrogbe. This man brought the money he spent there. Why didn't he use it for Ayetoro? To protect Ayetoro from the surge. Igbonla atofin pe o ga ni oke owo oke die atofa dedele re Igbonla to mi ja Jesu oba kirin tan ma le gbagbe ngan o baba jagbo jan ja to jan waja asoba le gbagbe ngan lai anga ni oruko ngan ni ìtàn forever and ever. Ìnira yìí ti pọ̀jù. The suffering is much for our people. We are standing as a platform on behalf of Baba Lene to say, let the whole world come to our rescue in Ilaje land. Our land is submerging and nobody cares about it. And as I still talk to you, they still extract crude oil from Ilaje land. What a paradox. A community that feeds the nation, a large percentage of revenue from Ilaje is going to national purse and the state government purse. Yet, our land looks like this. And yet, we have our leaders who are the richest in Africa. So today, Iwalewa. I'm waiting. Please make your contribution. Let me acknowledge your comments. This is tiring. It is tiring. Somebody said, Moreno. Yes, thank you so much, sir. This is Mr. Ogufeyimi Ogoluwa. Okay. Okay, angle of NGO. All right. So, please call in and make your contribution. I know that everybody, as they oppress them, they should not even talk. So people are even afraid to talk. But as many that have the courage to talk, let's keep talking. By the time we are gone also, this fight is for our children. Look at what Miss Bumi said from Germany. He said, in case they say, okay, Nigerians in Germany, go to your country. He said, we don't have a place to go. The Igbola land that we were supposed to develop, and let me come to that again, Mr. Mobola Onduro, we heard, how can you allow the Olugbo and his boys to be selling Igbola? You didn't hear that your father said no piece of land should be sold in Igbola. And they farm Igbola. I carry some Igbola now. And they farm Tanganga Jojiri. I don't know, you can't read the handwriting on the wall that one day, a day is coming when there will be nothing like Lene and Ogufemi Igbonla. You don't understand that that is what this man is doing. I'm confused. I really want to help. If there is a committee you work with, I'd love to be a part of that committee. Let me see where the problem is coming from. I was thinking that now that you are in the position of your father, you will now use that avenue to carry the work of your father on your head, that the whole world okekere atoka dun kaloni eni hone mapele netiku. Jama rio Allah mama jari bewitchment you. I don't get it, sir. Maybe before I continue on the topic of no single development in your time so far, just like Miss Bumi said, Miss Bumi is, I don't know, it means it's all over. I was just ignorant. I didn't know. Imagine Miss Bumi, who is even in Germany, is saying that people are saying, and report has it, that there's no development through you. That isn't a good one. I'd love to get in touch with you, sir. This is a very serious case. It's a very serious case. No. It is serious. It's scary. And it's unbelievable, I must confess. I was sounding like a fool when I was saying that, no, he's there now. Okay, yeah, leave him alone. I was specifically addressing Obakinrito to leave Mr. Bobara Ogufemi alone to work and develop his father's place. And for more than 10 years, report is telling us, investigations are giving us the fact that there is no single development attached to your name. I don't want to totally believe, but I think we need to bring you up. You need to defend your name again. And now, Mr. Jimosu, Kabiesi Frederick Akinrinton. If you are not aware of what Mr. Jimosu is doing in Abe, I've used this avenue to tell you, sir. If you now, we've been talking about this man and what he's doing. If you then choose to be quiet, your silence will mean that he is working on your instruction. There are children he's even killing and burying. We don't know what he's using them for. The Omokpa family, you brought this boy from his from under the covering of his parents. This boy died. We don't know what you use him for, and you never called anybody. Mr. Jimosu, because this is a global awareness, I want to reduce the amount of Ilaje I speak so that this will go viral everywhere and people can understand us. But let me use this session to address you. Mr. Jimosu Homabe, Mekaya Omawaha, what be Omawanwa? And every little thing they do, and I will dragging a lot, will frustrating out of a bed. Shame on you. Oh, ya joju tire. Mo mape àwọn ma bare kan ga odidira yi angani. Tere se wa yato ba yo ne bukun ogani. Kúrò ní abẹ́ apa ènìyàn ogani. Kúrò na abẹ́. Abẹ́ is not for a place like a place for people like you. Ajimosun Zakiru, abẹ́ is a place for like you. Ma gbe egun nori re at your generation re. Wo ne àwọn ma ba ise odidira yi now. Sebi wo ne iba me gbọ́ report pé bare ba mu je tire se wa yàtọ̀ bó bá jẹ́ ọmọ ọkọ ate need pé jẹ́ change ma change kúrò na be ma pa àwọn ma wa tán wo wá gbé megaphone ajo omi sí announcement wo ti fẹ́ kà bí bó bá fẹ́ kà pé àwọn lórí ìjọ je kà ní wọn ja pray rẹ̀ jẹ́ má bá kà kú mo Ilaje mo ti dagbarin mo gbọ́ pa èèyàn mi kà kú ṣùgbọ́n mo ti gba Jésù mo ti ka Bible mi mo mọ̀ pé èèyàn lè kà jí mà ti kú jọlọ́run dáríjì. I know the stigma could be there after they confess to witchcraft, but there are ministers of the gospel who know the Bible and olórí ìjọ ní àmúra ìgbàjà tí ma Bible nísìn bí èèyàn tẹ̀ka there are ways they can restore them back into the community. Jẹ́ má bá kà kú pé àwọn olórí ìjọ jẹ́ confess ìwọ́n mi sí. Odidi ọma kú ní abẹ́rẹ́ wo bẹ́rí rẹ̀ ti date 5 years ago wé pé family rẹ̀ àjẹ́wò garin wá gbé mi lọ kóòtù torí dédé àwọn ayé tẹ́ pé because of the calamity going on in Ilaje land they barely eat 2 square meal. The little savings they have, this man who says he's appointed by the Olugbo, he's threatening their life, dragging them to court. Every little thing. Those ones, they will get money. For them not to go to prison and die there, they will take cooperative money, try to defend themselves, take lawyer. They ruin their lives in that place. Wait, Ajimoso is se orúkọ bare, wo ti ba orúkọ yẹn jẹ́. ajen wo gari anga family renga they should call you to order them ababa oruko ba ngaje anga ojumo so children nitiga jeje popolo nga pe dada tire yato kúrò ní abẹ́ esi le bare church wo fo ní abẹ́ esi bare ko get out of that place for the safety of our children. You are evil. And imagine the leaders that Obakileton is appointing over our communities. Leaders that are killing our children. And because you can't hear the voices of these poor people, they are covering it up. Enough is enough. We will disgrace all of you and God will judge you. Ondo State Governor, Your Excellency, sir, these are the calamities going on in our community in Ilaje. Probably nobody is letting you hear all this. Our leaders go with exotic cars. They display wealth all over. Designers' wristwatches. Rolls Royce, all of them. That's what they display. Meanwhile, this is what their communities look like. And the children there are dying. Women are dying. Our men are suffering just to provide food for the family. Please come to our rescue. Let history has it that during your tenure, Your Excellency, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, let it be that during your tenure, that Ilaje people were rescued. The community is rescued. You can't depend on our obas. We aren't seeing what they're doing. We aren't seeing what they're doing. And sir, if we appointed someone like Olugbo as the chairman of the obas of Ondo State, unless I'm mistaken, sir, what are the parameters you use? Odeigbo, as I'm talking to you, Odeigbo, even young people have vacated the place. Anti Halo Mahi, Anti Halo Olotu, Anti Hakakiri for safety because somebody became a king. And Nanukaya Koko Joba, Kabesi. You are even sending our children to prison. This young man that just came back from prison, 17 years in prison. Oh my Ilaje, 17 years in prison. An Ilaje leader sent an Ilaje child to prison for 17 years. Oh my God. Don't let us die this way. Come to our rescue. Come to our rescue. Let the whole world come to our rescue. NGOs. We will send official letters to various NGOs that could come to the rescue. There are children suffering. There may be NGOs that help children, health and all those things. If it is helping those children, it's enough. It's okay. We will call on to other NGOs to help in other areas. Our leaders are evil and they are killing us. They are killing us. Killing us. Let me respond to your comments. Help us to share this video. And let me beg you, Ilaje children, don't be a part of this evil. There is no amount of money that is big enough to buy justice. They may pay their ways through a lot of things and escape. Nemesis, posterity, they will never be able to buy their way off nemesis. As long as people's children die because of what they do, and they are keeping their own children in mansions, nemesis will speak. Watch out. Watch out. And when you don't understand what is going on, don't be a part of it. It's a sincere counsel from a sister. What is going on is deeper than what you know. And I was expecting Adeoye to call to say his contrary opinion. I haven't received your call. I haven't. Let me see your comments and respond to them. Mr. Roy Lawrence is saying Ilaje is our hope. Those of us outside Ilaje and diaspora don't have anywhere to return. We would come for those destroying our land. Thank you, sweetheart. That is what we will do. That is what we will do. They have destroyed our land. We can't say we want to go home. How about our parents? Our parents, aged parents, we now took them to Lagos, Akure, to be raising them. Ojutia, and then say, Anje, the richest oba, the richest this, the richest that. and I also a chairman de ngai Ilaje owo me working de lu had was submerged and they share anything on a be de ngai and they dragging, and we have put you all in the hands of God to judge you. We see some of your children abroad here carrying girls, pushing cocaine here and there. We see them. Another comment from Mr. Olushola Boyewa Ogufemi. Barrister Enikweme has a lot to explain on the project and in conjunction with those that share the money. Onari, ó ti ba orúkọ ara rẹ̀ jẹ́. Why during my investigation the name Enikweme was ringing. Báyìí wọ́n ti kúrò níbẹ̀ ńsìn. So tí wá ṣàtúnṣe. Mr. Enikweme ara ṣe àtúnṣe ojú tìǹà. You see now? À ń ṣetán à ń lọ àwọn Ilaje ti gambo sí guy. Anti yo abia. Until I buy way now to heaven. You see? Shame on you. Shame on you. I award the contract. You guys could not develop your ọba tó jẹ́ tí ìlú bá da ìgboro títí láíláí ìrántí aka ṣe ni. Aka fẹ́ káàkiri. Nonsense. Mr. Ogo Oluwa Ogufemi. Okay, thank you, sir. You corrected me on that company. Moreno. Yes, I think Moreno Company is the company Obakiriton brought. Okay, I said Moreno instead of Moreno. All right. To block that waterway to Abeolotu. That's a block there. Ansa mi ni àwọn èyàn ara. Àbí torí wo fẹ́ pa iṣẹ́ baba Lene we ro pé àwọn èyàn wà vulnerable. You don't know that people can die, other people can disable say ìjà, family ìjà ìwọ àti baba Lene. Alaka jaja nga gba other people ó ti kú la so mo re ni ọ̀ràn jalaka ba han jaja. Na jam àwa yi na yi anjeja live. Anjeja live. You ìtìjú han ka say the honest song. They made everybody went silent. They threatened them so nobody is speaking. And you think they are good people. They are not. We are calling everybody everywhere to come and rescue us. Joseph Tokpe said, what is topic today? We are just talking about the evil of our leaders. So. Evil in Ilaje. Or okay. Emma Yoreniola Dixon. The number is there. Please call the number. Call the number and make your contribution. Let me specifically I'm waiting for the last caller before we go, and if we don't get it, we will call it a day and we'll be coming up some other time again. Make that call. And if you don't have the courage to call, you can send voice notes to us later on. There are ways we can work around that. Mr. Odola Edamisan is saying, you are right, because what is happening in Abegbola now is terrible. Someone will just wake up and demolish the church. That is what we have. They have veto power. They are vetoing everything. Vetoing everything. Mr. Emmanuel Ola, I'm very happy for this show. Thank you. Please help us share. Tell more people. Let's create awareness and tell the whole world that our leaders that are flaunting floats all about, they are actually wealth all about, they are actually not as they display. You know? So I'm trying to read our comments. Mr. Adebayo Abejoye, Obakin returned the Olugbo of Ugbo should come and clear his name if he is innocent on all these allegations. Ilaje oni baje o ami bẹ́ẹ̀ni brother mi mo ti pè. Bó tẹ̀ rán representative jíwá clear orúkọ rẹ̀ àní wá gbọ́wọ́ ńlá má. Mr. Ogoluwa Ogunfemi say Honorable Dele Omigbẹ̀yìn. Oh, that was the man that worked. I need his photo. We should honor him. We should honor him. Work tirelessly to bring that project through the NDDC. God bless you and your home. Mr. Magben, we are recognizing your effort. God bless you, sir. Bí irun aba jẹ́ governor, ara support. Oba baba jẹ́ ọba Olugbo, ara support. Things are okay. I can display wealth nwa. Chief Adebayo Adefarati is gone to join the saints now. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for that information. Mr. Ebesuwa Samuel says, Agagu also commissioned electricity in Angola before Mimiko came on board. Thank you so much. These are people. Boba Serere Amaso. Who they say Biaraso. David Akin Jagula. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Quite disheartening. God will surely bring people after his own heart to rescue Ilaje communities. Amen. Ikpe say, Adesoji say Ilaje should support the good work of our fathers, and also my family house is in Igbola. Please always read people comments with their names. Thank you. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry. That's what I'm doing. That was a comment from Ikpe say Adesoji. I see someone replying, Ajigbade, it seems you are one of the bad agents Obat is using in Igbo. I don't think you are a bona fide son of Ilaje. God must judge those plans to destroy Ilaje land. Amen. Thank you so much. That was a lovely comment from Mr. Adebayo Abejoye. Go and visit these people defending these bad leaders. They have nothing to show for it. They are as poor as anything. They are also poor. Mr. Demo Agun Prince Ado, you're saying I have something to say. You have to call in if you have something to say. Sorry, darling. Mr. Ogoluwa over saying, God bless you. Okay, yeah, thank you. Mr. Roy, thank you very much for such a great platform. This is a great movement and so much inspired. I'm glad we have a platform like this. Yes, sir. Please share the numbers to call. Yes, I think we already shared it, the number to call. Thank you so much, sir. All right, so somebody has even helped us to share the number. All right. Also, Bumi Joy Osas Ayeni is replying to Adejuba. Maybe he's benefiting from Obalugbo. You see? You see? You come and be disgracing yourself here. I'm trying to read more comments. Okay. If I don't read your comment, don't be offended, though. There are a lot of them. Mr. Ogoluwa is saying he is a stark illiterate being used by and for diabolical reasons. That is Sakiru. Oh. Very evil. Mr. Ogufemi Adelaja is saying the embankment of Ayetoro was awarded to some Ilaje leaders. Till now, Ayetoro is in total mess. It is this same Ayetoro that practiced the most successful communism in the entire world. Ayetoro had the first electricity in those states. They don't love to see good things. Mr. Adelaja, they don't love to, our leaders don't love to see, but it won't continue like that. They don't love to see good things. It is sorrowful. Mr. Olushola Boyewa is saying this is Ilaje where exploration and production of crude oil is being done every day. No light, no water, no health sector. They will continue to live in shame. Amen. Mr. Timothy Sunday, Ilaje should be the best in Yoruba land, but our leader they don't care. Thank you, sir. They don't. They don't. All right. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, I am saying share, encouraging people to share. Thank you. All right, so I want to especially thank you today. It's almost 2 hours that we started, less than 2 minutes to 2 hours. That we had guests that we were to bring in, but time will not permit us. We'll let you know when next we'll be coming for our another live show. Please share this video, tag someone, let it go viral. Another thing we will do is that, don't worry because it's lengthy. We will cut it as time goes on and repost all these things. May Ilaje never die. And it depends on you and I. Okay, I know that we don't have all the power to sustain Ilaje that is going down the drain, but we know God, and with your voice and my voice, someone one day will come to our rescue. I trust the governor of Ondo State. I was told he's a man of justice. Let's keep also shouting and crying till he hears, and come to our rescue. Okay? And we want to believe he won't allow himself to be distracted, by these leaders who have nothing to contribute but to just display wealth, put their children in charge of everything and all those things, and that is it. Thank you so much for being part of this. Share this. Please follow the page, like the page. There are a lot of other things we share We will never. We have people who have called us and trying to lobby. No matter how much you, let me tell you, for those that are ready to buy people like me, I will collect your money. We will use it to build, to build our community. So you better don't dare come. We are not corrupt. We are ready to keep speaking, because anyone who collects your money is bringing blood upon themselves. Okay? So we won't. And Ilaje, keep us in your prayer and keep holding up till God sends someone to come to our rescue. We love you all. This is Ajigbade Lene Television. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I want to say bye-bye till we see next time. Bye. Thank you so much. Let me see a Debo song and let me play it here. Let me see. Do I have any Debo song here? I'll bring it in.
Bójú wolẹ̀ kó ṣàánú. Báwo ni Sáyọ́nì ṣe rí? Ìlú mímọ́ tí àwọn àyànfẹ́ ti ń pàdé. Ó bani nínú jẹ́. Omi márà lèyí Olúwa, bá wa sọ di dídùn.
Omi márà lèyí o. Omi márà lèyí o. Bàbá. Omi mara lèyí o bàbá o. Ó á lè dùn láìsí ọjí ò bá o. Sọ di dídùn jáde ò bá o ẹ̀bẹ̀. Alákòóso ti gbìyànjú wọn kò lè ṣe. Alátúnṣe ṣàpápọ̀ àpamọ́ ká. Omi máa lè jẹ́, omi máa lè yó. Sọ di dídùn jáde ó bá òun bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe o. 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 Àgbéraga ẹ lọ ṣọ́ra yín. Àgbéraga ẹ lọ ṣọ́ra. Alágídí ẹ lọ ṣọ́ra yín o. Alágídí ẹ lọ ṣọ́ra. Òjò ẹ̀san kò ní gbé sókè. Òjò ẹ̀san kò ní gbé sókè yóò rọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe o. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe o. Wọlé ló béèrè, ó ní níbo ni ìgbéraga gbà wọ Sáyọ́nì. Ta ni ó mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ promotion ló gbé kọ̀ǹténà ìgbéraga wọ Sáyọ́nì. A lè bí ìgbéraga ká gbé fún Ọlọ́run tọ̀. Ọlọ́run á lè gbà kí ìgbéraga gbé ọ̀dọ̀ òun. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe. kéde la Síónì jà kìlọ̀ fún àwọn alágídí Síónì pé ọjọ́ kan súnmọ́lé. Bíbélì ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run nínú ìwé òwe orí 11 ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ 2 kí ló sọ ní ti àwọn agbéraga? Ó ní bí ìgbéraga bá dé nígbà náà ni ìtìjú dé. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe. Ó dáa, kí ni Bíbélì ilẹ̀ wa sọ nínú ìwé àwọn àgbà orí 5 ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ 10 títí dé ìparí? Kí ló kà? Kíyèsí, ẹyẹ kan wà tí orúkọ rẹ̀ a máa ń jẹ́ akoko. Àwọn eléèbó pè é ní woodpecker. A fún ẹyẹ yìí lágbára kan tí ẹyẹ mìíràn kò ní. A máa fi àkó ẹnu rẹ̀ dá ihò sára igi nínú igbó, bó ti wù kí igi ọ̀hún le tàbí kó tóbi tó. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe. Ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run dàbí òwe. Lọ́jọ́ kan ẹ̀wẹ̀, ìgbéraga gùn ún lọ́kàn. Ó gbàgbé pé agbára òun kì í ṣòun lòun ní, pé Olódùmarè ló ní. Ó pé pàdé àwọn ẹyẹ yòókù sì wá. Ó gbéraga ó sì sọ fún wọn. Ó ní lọ́jọ́ tí ìyá
Yes,